stronger. As you know, the Clintonites have now rolled out their third day of attack on me. Their new spokesman, incredibly, former Deputy CIA Director Mike Morrell, the man responsible for the Benghazi cover-up, wants me investigated for my non-existent ties to Russia.
Trump has got to take it to them, having the Benghazi guy who literally ordered the stand down for Hillary, holding the bag, has the nerve to call us traitors.
Yeah, no, the irony of this, of course, is that there's a piece in Politico now which says that the Clintons revile me and they want my ties to Russia exposed. There are no ties to Russia. I've never taken a penny from the Russians. I have no Russian connections. I'm a loyal American. The problem I have with the Clintons is they're conspiracy theorists. You see, they expect us to believe that nobody died in Libya under her watch, or that the Whitewater billing records just popped up at the office, or that Chelsea Clinton is Bill's daughter, or that Danny Williams is not Bill's son. I don't know how they can expect us to believe all these outrageous and crazy conspiracy theories.
You know, I've noticed they attack what they know is strong. They keep telling Trump, back off election fraud. It doesn't exist, while they claim we're planning election fraud. It's oxymoronic. But it looks like Trump is really getting more hardcore now, like he did in the second debate. What is your gut, or what are you hearing about what's going to happen Wednesday? Because, as you know, Axelrod is trying to get Hillary to drop out.
Well, as you know, Donald Trump kind of got out there and said that she ought to submit to a drug test prior to the debate. She sure looked juiced up to me. I don't think that's a bad start. Look, he's got to brush aside these women, these ringers who have come forward and accused him falsely of sexual assault. None of them have any corroboration. None of them reported at the time. And now, with the help of WikiLeaks, we expose the fact that this is all some David Brock constructed fraud. The attack on me about the alleged advanced knowledge of the hacking of John Podesta's emails is an attempt to deflect from the substance of the emails. Just to say it again, I had no advanced knowledge. I've received no information, no emails, no files from WikiLeaks. I do have a source. The source tells me that 2 Wednesdays ago, when WikiLeaks appealed to pull back, it was because Secretary of State John Kerry threatened the Ecuadorian president with grave consequences if the Ecuador government did not silence Assange. Then there was a conference call with every South and Central American president in which they were told that if they did not pressure the government of Ecuador to silence Assange, there would be grave consequences.
And I should add, Assange had his internet cut today by a state actor, and so has now implemented a plan, I guess, to dump even more data as a failsafe. So I guess he's gone up a defense condition. He's gone from defense condition 3 to 2 is the word we're getting. And again, the New York Times, the Washington Post, they can interview Assange. You just went through an intermediary that went and talked to him. I mean, you've always been honest about that. And so they want to act like you're some horrible criminal and the FBI should come after you.
Well, look, as I've said, I would be happy to cooperate with the FBI. They will find nothing, zero. My only connection to Russia is a fondness for Russian vodka.
Now, I did do some research on you, as I do this on everybody that I, am involved in and give truck to. Your only condition is there was a time when there were Russians reaching out. You called the FBI on them. Now, I saw that in one newspaper. You want to talk about that? A long time ago.
Yeah, 30 years ago, maybe longer, when I was working in Washington for Ronald Reagan. I had a contact from the Russians offering to bribe me for inside information from Reagan's campaign. I went directly to the FBI and reported it. So this is a canard. There is no connection between me and the Russians. Ironically, of course, of all people to raise this question, Mike Morrell, this guy belongs in prison given his cover-up of the deaths of 4 brave Americans in Benghazi. That's the guy they roll up. By the way, Morrell should disclose he is paid cash money by the Clinton campaign to make these false charges. He should be ashamed of himself.
Now, Our October surprises are just the truth. I want to talk to you because you're good with the media, knowing how to get this out. We reached out. Gary Haven runs cargo planes every week to Haiti. He's been doing it since the earthquake. He's a billionaire. He's given, some reports is upwards of 80, 90 million, maybe 100 million. They all know him there. He lands. They all love him. He's there offloading food. It's not staged. We just say, the Clintons, rah! I mean, it's like you've said the devil. The Haitians, we already have video of their vice presidents and heads of their Senate saying they hate them. But it's like they're the devil there. Riots almost start when you bring them up. The UN, again, takes control of whatever food they try to give them. He's landing on these dirt airfields doing this. And then we've got people dying. They won't let them get out of their areas into the main city to get to the hospital. So Gary's having to fly them. People are dying while they're being flown. They're trying to save little kids that have broken backs and stuff. I mean, when you actually see what the Clintons have done and how much they're hated, this is powerful. And I don't know how we even put this out, because the left, everybody, they admit they stole the money. They don't seem to care.
Yeah, I've seen no stories in the New York Times about the grand theft in Haiti. Last weekend, I marched with a group of Haitians downtown outside the office of New York Attorney General Eric Schneiderman, the single most corrupt individual in public office today, a shakedown artist, a guy who got caught trying to blackmail Donald Trump for campaign contributions in return to dropping his phony investigation into Trump University. What are the Haitians upset about? The fact that Schneiderman is investigating the Trump Foundation, but has no interest in looking into the rape of Haiti by the Clinton Foundation. We're going to be rallying again outside of his office in the near future. I was the only white guy there other than my friend Charles Ortel, and I was proud to be there and stand with these proud, brave people who see their country being destroyed.
Let me bring this up to you. You've been sending me text messages, victory or death. I guess you're getting that from Colonel Travis. What are the real numbers, as close as you can see it? What is the effect? It seems like all this woman stuff, it's been discredited. It turns out they're trying to get jobs. They're trying to get him to visit with them. He has emails. But the media won't cover that. So what does he do? Just say smear campaign, ignore it, move on about globalism, jobs, better trade deals. I mean, what does Trump do? But first off, where is Trump right now? I mean, how would you say he's doing?
Look, I think that he is probably slightly behind, based largely on this media onslaught. I've never seen anything like this in 9 presidential campaigns. The media doesn't even pretend to be objective. So, for example, the report by CNN that it's illegal for citizens to read the WikiLeaks material, that's a lie. That's a lie. That's false, and they know it. It is very typical, I think, of what we're seeing across the board, which is why I continue to believe that the greatest danger is the theft of this election. Now, I'm disappointed, frankly, in the Republicans. The Homeland Security Secretary, Johnson, comes out and says that there's evidence that the Russians plan to hack our elections. The ranking Republican on the Senate Intelligence Committee, Richard Burr, says that he doesn't need proof of that. He'll take Johnson at his word. Alex, there is no evidence of this.
But of course, this is their excuse to come in and federalize it. Since you mentioned CNN saying it's illegal, look at WikiLeaks. This is evidence of crime. It's out in the public domain. You have every right to look at it. They're telling you, with the arrogance of Cuomo, you have to come to us. You're not allowed to look. It's different. We're media. Anybody can start a blog and say you're media and it's public interest. It's a lie. So again, they're really trying to beta test a tyranny where they get a bunch of criminals hired in media that will go along with anything, including rounding us up, folks. That's why this is total war, as Donald Trump said. Here is Chris Cuomo, an embarrassment that this man is an American. He should move to North Korea. Here it is.
Also interesting is, remember, it's illegal to possess these stolen documents. It's different for the media. So everything you learn about this, you're learning from us. And in full disclosure, let's take a look at what is in there and what it means. Joining us now, CNN.
So you go to him, the great gatekeeper. Here's another clip since we mentioned it. Chuck Todd, but we have another one. CNN host blames firebombing of Republican HQ on Donald Trump. So see, because we're not human, because Trump supporters are racist. They sprayed Nazi on the building. It's okay to burn it down. That's what the Nazis did to Jews, folks. You dehumanize somebody. This is the rhetoric. This is their plan B. If it looks like Hillary's going to lose, just have all these groups get activated by the media and go out and burn everything down. Let's go ahead and play that clip.
So the Arizona Republic getting so many death threats over an endorsement is an example of how overheated the rhetoric is. Another example out of North Carolina today, the firebombing of a local GOP office. Yeah. We have no idea who's done this. We don't know if it's a Republican, a Democrat, a movement. No idea. Could be some sort of extremist, some sort of radical. Hopefully we'll get more information soon. But that kind of action is unacceptable. And we need to have the temperature come down on all sides right now. Yeah. Unfortunately, Donald Trump is the lead in terms of raising the temperature at this moment.
Donald Trump's the leader of raising the temperature. It's his fault. Other hosts said it was his fault outright. So again, they're the ones saying racist, Nazi, evil, you know, hate the Mexicans, the end of the world, you can't have Trump. But then when people fight back and say, wow, this is rigged, oh, how dare you? And it's your fault you got firebombed. Next level brainwashing, Roger Stone.
Yeah, look, they don't even pretend to adhere to the journalistic rules. So CNN, Fox, most of the networks carried the attack on me by the Clintonites, first by Podesta, then by this fool Morrell. But it was only NBC who came to me for comment, and to their credit, they posted it and gave me equal time. These are no longer news organizations. These are propaganda arms of the Clinton campaign, and they will make up any lie or suppress any information necessary to try to elect this gravely ill woman whose criminality is oozing out of all these WikiLeaks.
Exactly. Next point. Let me ask you this then. Last time you had a little bit of the inside scoop on what you thought was coming in the debate. You were dead on with not shaking the hands, with him going on the attack. I know we don't want to tip our hand right now, but, I mean, my gut tells me Trump needs to now devastate. He needs to go next level, be calm and focused, ignore whatever they say, and just devastate her on the tainted blood out of Arkansas, on the Haiti situation, on her abusive women, just devastate her.
I totally agree. I think it's now time for the scorched earth. She has to be exposed as the wanton, vicious criminal that she is. And the tactics of her campaign are leaking through to the American people through the WikiLeaks. There will be more major revelations about the criminal actions of Media Matters for America and the money laundering felon David Brock later this week that will blow your mind.
Now, when you say felon, because you told me about this off air, I don't know if you wanted to go there yet. I mean, is it okay to start getting into the things?
Well, look, I don't have any problem with that. I'm over speaking. He's a non-convicted felon. The money laundering he's involved in is a felony. If anyone on the right did it, if anyone associated with Trump did it, the federal...
Well, just like the WikiLeaks show, when Hillary is saying this is illegal, she goes, screw it, just take the money. Sorry, but you're saying to you it looks like money laundering.
Well, there's a terrific series of articles. There's been a detailed complaint filed with the Federal Election Commission. He's mixing nonprofit money with hard federal election dollars. That's money laundering. It's highly illegal. And as I say, if I did it or you did it, we'd be prosecuted.
Sure, but I meant the other thing you told me. That's not time for that yet?
No, I'd let that play out here a little bit. I don't want to step on others' story. But, you know, there are some major, even larger revelations coming about the criminality in the Clinton.
All right, stay there. We'll be back. Roger Stone, what do you think?
We're in a tunnel now.
It's okay. You're in a tunnel now. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
So, I mean, do you think war with Russia or this big cyber attack to elicit a response by Russia could be the October surprise?
Yeah, it's wag the dog. We are going out to provoke the Russians to provide an excuse, a pretext for war, so that we can try to justify Hillary's election. This is one of the most transparent gambits I've ever seen.
I was about to say, very 101.
Yes.
So what do we do about that? I mean, there's got to be some level of sanity in the government left to stop this.
Well, we can start with the fact that Donald Trump must raise it at tomorrow night's debate. In other words, when they say you're in bed with Putin, he needs to say, no, Hillary, you want war. I want détente. You want to engage the Russians over Syria, where we have no inherent...
And they're fighting Al-Qaeda.
Exactly.
ISIS. And I'd say, what the hell are you doing taking $35 million to give over our uranium to them? I wouldn't do that. You know, you call me a Russian agent because you're one.
Yeah, no, look, they're asking us in Syria to choose between Hezbollah and ISIS. We have no inherent interest here. They will drive us to war to steal this election. Meanwhile, this entire meme that is going on in this country, the election's over. It's over. Trump's already lost. He can't possibly win. I've been in this business 40 years. I'm looking at the polling. There is no place that she has an insurmountable lead, and he still leads in a number of keystones.
And more WikiLeaks are coming out daily, but regardless, the Google numbers showed people aren't concerned about all this made-up garbage with women. And I think we should just admit we're doing this to make a point. Don't be deceptive. But we should just put out the fake meme that Hillary is going to resign and that it's official and we have sources, because that's what they do, and just keep saying it and have everyone know it's not true, but just have everyone just start saying it and have a meme war with them. How's that sound, Roger?
No, my understanding is that Axelrod wants her to step down, so...
Well, sure, we can take him saying step down from the debate and expand and say, no, it's step down total. You want to just go with that? How about we just do it? We'll reconnect with him. I want to do 5 more minutes. And David Knight.
Tell Obama. It's a done deal.
Okay, so you cut out for a moment. So let's announce. So Hillary is stepping down, correct, next week?
That's what I hear. It's everywhere. Every major Democrat I talk to tells me that Michelle Obama is stepping in for Hillary Clinton because her health condition is so grave and because these disclosures are so damaging.
Stay there. Your Skype was cutting up. I want to come back in 70 seconds, give you the full breaking, ladies and gentlemen. Hillary to step down next week. Michelle Obama to step in because of grave conditions. You're hearing it here, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Alex Jones with Roger Stone. Hillary is stepping down. But the word Roger Stone has got is that it is Michelle Obama who they're intending to put in next week. So Hillary Clinton's health problems have gotten so bad that sometime next week, reportedly, she's going to be stepping down. So it's very important you get this video once we take it from the live show and post it, send it to all the Democrats you know. Because, again, it's fair to say this because Hillary said nobody died at Benghazi. Right, Roger?
Yeah, I mean, look, this is all, this is parody. This is using their own tactics against them. They continually say things that aren't true, that have no basis in fact. For example, I'm an agent for the Russians, and that I had advanced knowledge of any WikiLeaks hackings, which I didn't, only because back in August I posted on Twitter that John Podesta's business dealings are going to be examined. I didn't hear that from WikiLeaks. I heard it from Paul Manafort. And he knew because he was active in the region at the same time, only he was working for pro-democratic forces. In any event, yeah, I hear that Democrats realize that Senator Tim Kaine is mentally unbalanced. They don't want him to step in, and therefore